PolyAnagrams, the revolutionary new crossword and anagram game, has not yet been licensed for manufacture, so if you'd like to play, you'll have to make your own game set. You'll need 81 letter tiles, 2 letter racks, and a carrying sack. As for letters, the ones that you'll see throughout the videos on this channel were all made by the PolyAnagrams company. They are first class and are widely available through bookshops and big box stores and online. This is the official letter distribution. If you just want to take a test run, you can use any number of letters. Otherwise, duplicate this array on your table and you'll be all set. The tile at the bottom with the centered black dot is the all-important blank tile, which can stand for any letter. To make it, put 2 layers of masking tape over a leftover letter I. In spite of the tape, you'll still be able to see it. Make a dot exactly in the center of the I. For best results, use a fine point black felt tip pen. Then turn the tile over, apply a single layer of masking tape, and do your best to center a black dot on that side as well. That way, you'll always be able to find it when you've just dumped all of the tiles onto the table to start a new game and are turning the letters face down. It must always be in the bone pile when a game first begins. You can also make a PolyAnagrams letter set out of the 100 letter tiles in a Scrabble game set. All it lacks is 1 copy of the letter C. You can use one of its blank tiles to make one, using the masking tape technique I described earlier. Use the other one to make your PolyAnagrams blank tile. Lately, my wife and I have been playing with the dark tiles from an ancient copy of Scrabble. The masking tape shows up prominently on the blank tile and the 3rd letter C that I made to complete the PolyAnagrams letter set. But it will be almost unnoticeable if you use the modern ivory-colored tiles. As it happens, PolyAnagrams letters are perfectly square, but those of Scrabble are a bit rectangular. What I like most about the Scrabble tiles is that their long sides seem to make them nice and stable as I add words to the crossword grid. Okay, moving on. As for letter racks, you can use the ones in your Scrabble set if you have one. Otherwise, used ones are widely available on eBay and Amazon. Trust me, it's a nuisance to play without them. By the way, the blue bi-level letter rack I showed you earlier is the best thing that came out of a failed attempt to manufacture and market PolyAnagrams on my own. It holds 7 tiles on each level, so it's easy to sort the letters as you play. At such time as a company licenses the game, I will urge them to adapt this design. You'll also need some kind of sack to keep all your components together. PolyAnagrams features an iconic yellow banana-shaped sack. But all you really need is a quart-sized plastic food storage bag with a sliding closure tab. After a game, sweep the letters into a small bowl and then pour them into the bag. You might wish to include a pencil and an eraser as well. Squeeze the air out just before you fully close the slider, and you'll be good to go. The whole set will be very compact and will weigh about half a pound, just right for a backpack, briefcase, purse, or suitcase. A rule in PolyAnagrams is that a word is allowable if you can find even one instance of it online within the normal constraints. For example, that capital letters and punctuation are not allowed. You may also use a paper dictionary. Be aware that if you happen to find a more promising word than the one you were looking up, whether online or on paper, you may not use it during that same turn. You will find a link to a score sheet in the description section below, sized for standard 8.5 by 11-inch paper. I suggest that you save the first copy as a master so that you will always be able to make as many copies as you want. I'll close with a safety warning. A loose tile on the floor could pose a choking hazard for pets, infants, or other vulnerable individuals. So, before you return the game to its sack, I suggest that you first form a quick 8 by 10 array, just to make sure that nothing is missing. And if you think that PolyAnagrams has potential, please click the thumbs up icon and hit the subscribe button below. Subscribers will be the first to know when PolyAnagrams goes on the market. Many thanks for watching. Enjoy.